Hi and welcome back to another Amazon selling video. My name is Nikki Kirk and I am sitting on my front porch of my RV. This is the map of all the states that we have been to. We've been to 44 now. I haven't had Missouri on there yet, but I need to add it. So really quickly, I just want to talk about the email that went out where Amazon's going to start putting publicly business addresses. So the email gave an advance notice because it went out on July 8th and it's not going into effect until September 1st, so you do have time to act. But essentially it says advance notice, business name and address to be displayed on seller profile page starting September 1st, 2020. And what that means is already you have your display name out there. It's your storefront name, so whatever your storefront name is, that's already out there. And now it sounds like they're going to be adding the business address. And I get it, you want customers to feel good that they're buying from a real person, company, whatever. So if you are a retail arbitrager like me, you really don't want your home address out there. I'm lucky that I travel, so I already have a box essentially, and that's what my address is. But if you do work out of your home, you might want to consider getting either a US Service postal box or a UPS box, or even a local like mailbox, etc., whatever you have in your town. Just a little box you can rent. I grew up with a PO box. We didn't get mail delivered to our house, so I'm more comfortable with a PO box, and that's probably what I would do. And in the Bolo support group, I've heard that that's the cheapest option. But you can also go, I think it's $250 a year for a box at a UPS store, or someone said they rented a box for $15 at their just local mailboxes. It's probably not etc., but whatever, the local mailbox company. So here's the thing that I noticed when I went in to update my seller account just to see like what my address was. First, there was nothing there. So I was like, well, that's weird. I don't know what that would have meant if I didn't do it, but I just went ahead and added it in. And when I was adding it in, I noticed that it also has a phone number box. Now, I don't know if they're gonna display the phone number. I hope they don't. But just to be safe, I went ahead and put my Google Voice number in there, and those are totally free, so I highly recommend getting one for your business. If you already have a secondary business line, that's fine, but if you're like me, retail arbitrage, I just got my one phone, so I only have the one phone number. To get a free Google Voice, you just go to voice.google or Google Voice, and it'll come right up. You put in where you're at, and they'll give you a local number. It actually goes through to your phone, so it tells you, like, this is the Google Voice number calling, so you know it's what number they dialed. I highly recommend getting that just in case, so we see what happens. I hope they don't put our phone numbers out there, but you never know. So if you missed the email, I went ahead and copied it in the video notes here. But essentially you want to go to your account and check what your address is. So here's how you get there. You just go to your settings, account info, and right there in the business information box is where you want to check everything. So your display name is your seller name, like I mentioned, so you can click it and you'll see your storefront name. Just a tip that you can actually change that anytime you want. The business address part, that's the part that's going to be displayed publicly come September 1st. So when you get a box, or if you're fine with your home address being there, just know that's the area where you can change it or update it, and that's what's going to show. And just real quick, if you're part of my ungating guides, if you've purchased them and gone through them, then you already know this, but the legal entity section, that is where your legal name is. So I have another video where I explained that your seller name can be whatever you want, but your legal name is probably, if you're like me, retail arbitrage, is probably just your name. But anyways, it's right there in the legal entity. But if you wanted to check what it is, especially because when you do get your invoices for ungating, you have to make sure they match. So that's where you would see that information. If you want help ungating, you can go ahead and grab my guides. The links are below, and they include Facebook support groups where people are chatting, celebrating that they've gotten ungated, and also asking questions as things come up, like how to take the photos and what did you do and all that kind of stuff. So definitely recommend that below. If you want to be a part of my Bolo group support group where we've already kind of covered all of this stuff, definitely check that out. And if we don't chat before then, I will see you here for another Amazon selling video.